So a year ago, or to be precise, on the 21st of June last year, I posted a video regarding some analysis on the larger time frame on gold, on the weekly time frame. And I just want to run through what's currently going on gold at the moment, just to show you how that analysis actually turned out exactly a year later. So the general perception here was that we've got an impulse on the left, we've got the corrective structure which was busy forming here on the right, and we're expecting the last impulse to the upside. And what I said a year ago is that it's quite possible that this trend line on gold was going to break and that we were going to see the completion of the third wave over here before we actually get the larger move down and then expect the impulse to the upside. So let's just have a look at how gold has formed since that point. So here we've got the same structure. We can see that impulse on the left-hand side over here. Let me just draw it for you. So we've got that impulse on the left-hand side, this being the corrective structure that we're busy with at the moment. Don't worry about this, this writing. I'm going to zoom in and we're going to have a look at that shortly. This being the corrective structure, and this the resistance line that I was expecting to possibly break last year. And in so doing, we're busy forming this third wave over here. I believe that that wave will simply just break the top of that high over there, and then we can start looking for this move to the downside. Now remember, everything moves in threes. So why am I looking for that move? And the reason is because I'm expecting this to form 1, 2, 3 waves before we then get the bigger move, which is this impulse move over here. After this corrective structure, giving us a 2, and then the third wave up to there. Those highs over there would be the target on the third wave, but bear in mind it's going to take a long time to get there, guys. It's going to take a couple of years to get there. But that is, in a nutshell, the analysis on gold that I've been watching for the past year. And this wave has been playing out quite nicely on the weekly time frame. Now, if you go down to smaller time frames, obviously there's trades in between there, and this is what we're looking at this point in time. So let's just move down to a smaller time frame quickly. I'm going to drop down to the daily and zoom in. We're going to have a look at how the structure looks over there. So this being the trend line that comes down from the weekly, which I said is quite possible that it may break, and we can get the completion of that third wave. So this being the complete structure over here that I'm looking at. You can see that this nearly got to the top of that wave there, but being that we're looking for a bearish move, I'm quite positive that this high over here on the left hand side needs to break. So this being the structure that we're looking at, 1, 2, and then 3 waves, breaking the top, breaking that high over there, and then giving us a reversal pattern for downside. And obviously this is the trade that we want to trade at the moment, is from this point over here up to that high where we break that level over there. And I'm hoping that it's going to happen on this wave. Because once we break that high over there, I'm going to be looking for signs of a reversal, for a flag setup, which gives me an entry to the downside. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more over here so that we can see in detail what I'm talking about. So there is 2 options. The previous low is obviously a very important level when structure formations take place. So we have seen the wave formations as they stand now, looking for the bullish setup to get to this high, that target that I'm looking at, breaking that high and then looking for reversals. So we've got this wave format over here in the form of a 3, and I believe it's going to complete down to this support line over here. From that level, I'm going to be looking for reasons to get into the long. In other words, a reversal on a smaller time frame with a little flag and a break to the upside. These arrows here that I have in green, that is the most likely setup that I'm looking at this point in time. I'm expecting this structure to break to the upside, then to get another flag formation and a break of that to be in this trade up to this high over here. Alternatively, what we could see is a break of this support, a flag formation, and further downside. It is the less likely setup, but it is still a possibility. So at this point over here, that is what we need to have a look at in terms of whether we get a reversal for the upside or whether it continues down. And obviously I'll be looking at smaller time frames to get entries into that trade. The key for me would be a break of this line over here and then a flag formation and a break of that, confirming that this is a bullish move. And I'm pretty certain on that break that we will see this target over here, 1375. So first expecting a push back down to this low around about 1241. We're pretty close there, and from that point on I'm going to be looking for reversals up to 1375 if we don't break the support. So tying in quite nicely with the analysis that I did last year, I am going to put a link to that video in the description below so you guys can go and check out that analysis if you want to have a look at it. Posted exactly a year ago, and I'm hoping that that move will finally finish now and we'll get the big move to the downside before we get the really big move to the upside on the weekly time frame. Hope that helps you with your setup on gold. If you want exact entry and exit levels to the trades that we take, you'll need to join our trading signal service. I will put a link to that in the video description below as well. Take care. Cheers.